everyone, this is Banter Bill, and welcome to How to Play Citadel of Flame Path 1. This guide is really meant for pickup groups. It's not the fastest way to run the dungeon, it's not the ideal class composition, it's just, if you want to learn how to run the dungeon, this is how you do it. COF P1 is considered the easiest dungeon in Guild Wars 2. I recommend that if you're going to run a dungeon and you haven't run one before, this should be the first one you run. So as a first tip, if you can manage to talk to Farah before the cutscene ends, she'll actually follow you back, instead of having to wait for her to walk with you. That's a quick speedrunning tactic. It'll save you like 30 seconds, but 30 seconds is 30 seconds, right? But unfortunately this time I didn't manage to do it. That warrior got to Farah before I could, so I wasn't able to talk to her before the cutscene ended. So if you are a warrior, you can build adrenaline on this gate, as you see Scene of War doing by just attacking the gate. That's a good way to get your DPS and adrenaline up, so when you first start the dungeon. In terms of class composition, really any class can run this dungeon. If you have a choice over which classes you want to take, I recommend at least one Mesmer, and the rest can be warriors, because DPS is king here.
You might want to step back.
So as a Mesmer, the first thing I'm going to do here is group these bad guys together. So I'm going to group the bad guys using my focus pull and feedback to reflect both the bad guys' projectiles and these turrets' projectiles. Then I'm going to get out of there because that AoE is pretty devastating. The warriors are just going to DPS these guys down as fast as they can, and the other classes will do the same. So we take down these two turrets, and then we're on to the first boss. If you have knockback, you want to try to knock the boss back into the wall. I'm going to try to use my focus pull. Unfortunately, it's going to fail, but we managed to get him back there anyway. You want him in the back wall because it helps warriors use their Greatsword 3 attack against the wall. If you're a Mesmer, you should also drop your Time Warp here. If you have more than one Mesmer, make sure you coordinate so you don't both drop your Time Warps at the same time. Basically, you just want to DPS this guy down. He has a ad come up, but you just want to ignore the ad and focus on the Slave Driver. If you're a Mesmer, you can use feedback to reflect some of those, the ad's attacks. Then make sure you pick up his champ chest, and we're on to the next part of the dungeon. Warriors, if you drop banners, make sure to bring them with you, because speed will be useful, because we're going to skip the next part.
They're going to execute across that bridge up ahead.
So we're running across this bridge, we're going to skip this event here. It's not worth your time, it's more difficult than it's worth. If you're a Mesmer, you want to place feedback here to help your teammates get past this part easier.
Kiss my tail.
That feels better.
The gimmick on this part of the dungeon is that you have to kill these Flame Legion acolytes that are going to spawn. Once we kill the acolytes, we're going to run down to the right-hand side. So each person is by an acolyte. We quickly bring down these 4 acolytes, and then we're going to run down here to get out of combat and heal up and avoid the bad guys while we wait for the next acolytes to spawn. There'll be 3 waves of acolytes, 2 waves of 4, and 1 wave of 2. So actually our other Mesmer placed a portal for us to warp easily back. That's a nice trick. When you see the acolytes spawn, or even before, you can place a portal, and you're already back here. Your portal should respawn Mesmers before the Rolling Rock part. So if you want to do that on the first wave of acolytes, you should go for it. So we just wait here for the next wave to spawn, and we're quickly going to bring them down. If you happen to die on this part, just stay dead. You could try to run back, but honestly, you probably won't make it before they're all dead. If you see someone go down, I would not try to pick them up unless you feel like you can do it without dying yourself. You can easily 2-man this part if you need to. So we're just waiting here for the final wave of acolytes. Again, you only need to kill 2 acolytes in this wave for the event to progress.
Fast as the wind.
And we quickly bring down those acolytes. Get the chest. If you died on this part, just wait until everyone's out of combat and waypoint. A new waypoint spawned after we completed this event.
Priya, are you all right? Hold on.
Now for the Rolling Rock part. If you have a Mesmer in your party, then you're going to want to portal everyone across. So you'll see me, I'm a Mesmer here, you'll see me place a portal, and everyone will grab a rock from these braziers and use the portal to bring the rocks across. If you don't have a Mesmer, then you'll have to run across yourself. It's not too difficult. The easiest way to run across is to stick to one of the sides and just take it easy. The rocks, you can just wait for the rock to go to one side and run across. And if you're a Mesmer though, you just want to blink and portal everyone across.
Just keep running, you idiot.
You want him to get away?
On this part, 4 of the players need to stay inside a brazier, and 1 of the other players, usually a warrior or a class with high DPS, is going to take down the gate. If you're in a brazier, do not leave your brazier no matter what. I don't care if you go down, just go down. It's better for you to go down and wait for the gate to die than for you to leave your brazier. If you leave your brazier, even 1 person, and the guy on the gate can't kill the gate. Like you see, my teammate goes down here and he's not scared, he doesn't leave the brazier. If you do go down, the easiest way is to try to rally. Alright, we kill the gate. Our teammate here is staying in cutscene to help keep the aggro of this veteran on him and not on his teammates. That's optional, it's helpful, but you don't really need to do it. You can move over to this corner here to get out of combat and reset your traits. If you're the Mesmer who portaled everyone across in the Rolling Rock parts, you should have time to change traits. I recommend Reflect skills and Condition removal skills. So I'm going to go ahead and drop my Time Warp first thing. Again, if there are 2 Mesmers, make sure you coordinate who's going to drop their Time Warps when. The boss also has an attack you want to reflect, which I do right here. It looks like he's going to stomp into the ground, and he creates a lot of projectiles. That huge AoE attack, you either want to dodge that, or remove the fire that you get from not dodging it. If you're on fire, the boss will do double damage to you, and that's pretty devastating. This fight, I think, is easier in melee range. You can stay at range, but you don't get all the heals and all the might stacks from staying in melee. Ignore the crystals on the side, just focus on the boss, and you should be able to DPS him down relatively quickly. Alright, and that's it. Just make sure you grab the chest from the boss and from completing the dungeon, and you're done. The easiest dungeon in the game. Thanks for watching, guys.